for 4th place or better. And about to kick things off here, Darren Appleton, Adam Kielar in the hot seat match. This is a race to 9 for guaranteed 2nd place at least. Appleton had won the lag. Very nice lag he had there. Not too bad on Adam's part. A little better on Darren's. But both great players here. Obviously, world champion Darren Appleton and Adam Kielar, a super solid open speed player. I don't know if the players agreed to rack the 2 and 3 on the corners out of courtesy, or if that's Darren's preference. Seems to be something on a little trouble racking these balls here. It's getting down to the nitty-gritty. You want that perfect rack. Let's see how Darren starts out. See if the rack is good enough. Get a lot of good action on that rack. One ball was going to the side, cut off by the 3, but replaced by the 3. One ball came up and out enough for a shot. No real tie-ups. The 5-7, the only problem there. And let's see what this world champion will do in this first rack of the race to 9 for the hot seat. Safe leave. Adam Kielar making sure he plays the right shot here, taking his time as he should. He's in a tough position here. Not a lot of options here. Put a thin cut on the 1, coming out 2 rails. Back down, yeah. Failure in execution there. He's looking to pass by that 9, get back down by the 2-4 area. And that leaves Appleton nice, easy open table until that 5 ball. Sizing it up to see if it goes past the 7 or if he wants to shoot a combo. A little bit soft on that shot, but more than enough. I love the look on Darren's face when he shoots. He's got that little bulldog about to attack kind of a look to him. Definitely a grinder and fighter, one of the best grinders I've seen in the game in a long, long time. little smirk. I don't think he's that happy with coming up a little bit short on that 4-ball. I'm surprised he missed that 4-ball. I know he wasn't too happy with his position on it, and he didn't really have a lot to work with on that 5. I don't know if he was planning on playing the carom on the 7 or not, but Adam's looking at that same situation here. Other than that 5-ball, it's a nice open table, but that is more than enough to cause a problem for that first rack that you want to definitely get under your belt. Both these players undefeated thus far in the tournament. This hot seat match will guarantee someone at least second place runner-up in the competition. This was a 2-day event starting just after 1 o'clock yesterday. The final 12 players were brought back this morning at 11. They're now down to our final 4 players. On the 1-loss side, we have TJ Moore playing Matt Call right now. And obviously being streamed is the winner's side hot seat match. The loser of this match will play the winner of the other coming up next on the stream. This is a big key shot here. If Adam can pull this carom off, or combo, I can't tell from here, and get this first rack under his belt, it may set the tone for the rest of the tournament. Yep, combo on the 7. Not in the clear, a little bit too much with that 5-ball. Sent it quite a bit further than he wanted to. It's always real tough to control 2 object balls and the speed. He definitely hit that firm and confident enough to pocket that 7-ball, but at the same token, not too hard for the 5. And that's exactly what he did, a little bit too much. Trying to hit it thin, throw it over, spin it over, and unsuccessful in doing so. Now leaving Darren a wide open table. What you got to do is come with his first shot to get in line for the 6. 1-2 rails into the line of his shot for the 6 in the corner. Get this ball low and hold it in between the 8-10 for the 8 in the same corner. Nicely done. Nice, solid, confident straight stroke from Darren. One of the most accurate and consistent players in the game on the planet today. He will be back here next month as one of 4 world-class players to compete in the AccuStats Make It Happen Series All-Star event. Darren will be joined by Thorsten Homan, Shane Van Boning, and one more player of your choice. All those who purchase the VIP package get a vote as to who that 4th player will be. Well, let's see how well Adam does racking the balls here. Gets a nice rack out of him. See what he can do on his break. solid break there. That one real square, just missing the 7, about 5. Leaving Darren an easy shot on the 1, but no easy table. Nice powerful shot there. Did not get too much clear. Did not clear up those balls too much. A little better there. Still has work with the 3. Needs a look at the 2. Don't know if he has enough of the 3 to play it in that side pocket from where the 2 ball lies, if he stays at that end of the table. That's a good view overhead there. And I don't believe he does unless he gets real good on that ball. I don't know if he has this 2. Or enough of this 2 to manipulate the cue ball as he wishes. No. Tough there. All right, even with ball in hand here, that 3 ball poses a lot of problems. So. He does clear out that 4 ball quite nicely. Great job. He knew his lines and his cue ball there. Great path to clear it out, but unfortunate with the 4 sticking to the 5 now. I don't know if he has enough angle. If he wants to jack up and kind of masse his way off the 3 for the 4 in the same pocket. See what he does here. I don't know if he has enough to follow and catch the rail and come out. If he can hit low inside and hold the cue ball. This is a funny specialty shot required here on his 3 ball. Let's see what he does. Or he does have enough angle. Just, yep. Held it and popped it with low inside and just drifted out. Very nice. Still not the best position for the run, but he has a shot. He did create something there. Now, a lot of you might be wondering if those strings from his hoodie are going to run into trouble and touch a ball, but by the rules of this tournament, they're playing cue ball fouls only. It would be the opponent's option if his clothing contacts a ball to return the ball to its original position or leave it where it lies, if that interferes whatsoever. It is not all ball fouls. Nice shot on the 5 on the side there, coming in. Just gets by that 9. Nice bump on the 9. Nice little friendly bump from the 9. Brushed off for a perfect pull on the 6. Now he can take a deep breath, relax, let it out, recompose himself, and play some normal shots here. He's got to regroup and steady himself. He's not exactly totally comfortable on that. There we go. I like how he readjusted a few times, took his time. Nice, slow, steady pace. Focusing and zeroing in on these balls. Decided to just settle for a stop shot, keeping it simple there. He's got to get this rack under his belt. It is a race to 9, but every rack counts, especially going up against a stronger player. Very nice. Very nice. Very well played rack there. Very well played rack by Adam Kielar there. A lot of tough work to do, a lot of funny shots. He worked his way through it. Nicely done. Hello to Doorbell out there in the chat room. Joining us, thank you for tuning in. Quickhaw was asking if this table is the one from the game show. This is the one that's been in the arena for the last couple of weeks. I had a request of a Brunswick Gold Crown 3 being put in the arena for the upcoming match this Tuesday, which is a $20,000 challenge match between John Barton and Lou Figueroa. That's after the expo. These are 4.5-inch pockets, straight cut, as requested. Everything was done up fresh 2 weeks ago. And that is the table that you see now on the screen. The diamond table is still on the premises. But that will be returned to the arena for the Make It Happen event in April. Good jump and a good hit on that one ball. Missed the shot, but fortunately left a nice easy shot for Darren here. Over and out for the 2. Nicely done. It's a nice good angle on that 2 ball to come back over for the 3. Very nice. 3 ball inside pocket. Let's see if he gets straight enough on it to just stop it there for the 4. Roll up a little bit. A little bit sharper than you wanted to. We're just going to make it nice and easy. Roll it into the side. Very nice. You want to talk about good, clean, textbook play. Appleton's one of the best for that there. To answer Loud Short's question in the chat room, yes, Calcuttas are allowed in New Jersey so long as there's no alcohol on the premises. For some reason, the ABC Alcohol Beverage Commission here in New Jersey does not allow that. It's considered gambling, and I guess way back in the day with the casinos making all the money on gambling, they didn't want anybody to cut in to the state's income there. So they made up some rule with alcohol and Calcuttas being illegal in Jersey. Mr. Wu, this is the hot seat match. There are only 4 players left in the competition right now. On the one-loss side, fighting for survival, is Matt Craw and TJ Moore, who was just viewed on the stream last match. Adam Kielar and Darren are the only 2 undefeated players in this tournament. Darren does have a shot on the 7 there. Let's see if he can get a nice pull on the 8 here. Yeah. It's a tough punch shot, inside hold, and that threw the 7 to the left too much. That's why he shot it a little bit more firm. That way the throw wouldn't take so much. Now, Adam has a game strong enough to overcome Appleton. Not that he's at the same caliber, but, I mean, the table says he can get out just as well as Appleton could here. Okay, to answer your question again, Loud Shorts, there is Calcutta here. There's no alcohol on this premises here, so there is a Calcutta. Sorry about that. I wasn't too clear on that last time. The question was a little bit too broad. Are there Calcuttas allowed in New Jersey? Yes, depending if there's alcohol on the premises or not. So, sorry I wasn't clear on that. Here, there's no bar, no video games, no bowling alleys, just pool. This is Sandcastle, mister. Very nice, clean shooting there by Adam Kielar as he goes up 2-1. Excuse me from the booth for one moment and see if we can get some better balls out there for easier racking.
The only reason I don't want to do it, even though it's better, is some of the balls stick.
All right, folks, I'm back. Thanks for bearing with me there. Just grabbed another fresh set of balls. If they were having trouble with the balls or the rack, I'm not sure what it was, but it's early enough in the match. They want us to keep the same cue ball, you know, same type of cue ball and all, same set of balls, but just a fresher set. See if that was an issue. But they decided to just stick with what they've got there, so it's early enough in the match. But rather than adjusting if there's any difference in them, they're just playing it out now. And I'm going for an early 10 ball there. Good attempt. Very difficult shot, though. Not leaving Darren too much of anything there. Just have to play a safety. Back down bottom here. Very nice. Thank you very much, Mr. Wu. This is Ed Ladawi, proprietor of Sandcastle Billiards here in the booth. Yeah, thank you for the compliment. Thank you for answering that, kitten. The pockets are 4.5 inches. They are a straight cut, similar to Diamond Pro Cut pockets. This table was placed in the arena for an upcoming match next Tuesday. After the Super Billiards Expo, we have Lou Figueroa and John Barton competing in a $20,000 one-pocket match, and this is the table that they'll be using. Normally there's a Diamond Pro-Am 9-foot table here in the arena that will be returning to the arena for the AccuStats Make It Happen All-Star event, where Darren Appleton will return to compete against Thorsten Homan and Shane Van Boning, plus one more player of your choice. Well, as a choice of all the VIP package purchasers. You can visit AccuStats.com, that's ACCU-stats.com, for more information on how you can be a Make It Happen contributor. That will be an all-around event, April 15th through 20th. Appleton, Homan, Van Boning, and one more will compete in an all-around multidiscipline competition for a true world champion to be determined. It'll be a round-robin event in 8-ball, round-robin in straight pool, 1-pocket, and 10-ball. That is going to be the event of the year for sure, and maybe the event of many years to come. I don't know how they're going to top that one. Yes, not Lou Ferrigno. That was a good one there. I was actually a fan of that show as a kid. What was it, Bill Bixby, or the actor that played Dr. David Banner? And that is correct, Bacon. Years and years of keyboard matchups in the forums on AZ Billiards brought that match on, so each player is getting $10,000 up against each other for settling the score once and for all and ending it this coming Tuesday. Something you definitely don't want to miss. Right here on this channel, Sandcastle Ustream channel. Looks like Darren's getting acclimated to the table speed and getting in stroke here. It's good cue ball control there, very consistent. He really hasn't been playing much pool since he played out in Reno. He was telling me earlier that he's been busy doing other things, working on the house, things like that at home, and he really hasn't been hitting balls much. But here in this open event, even playing bad will carry him into the hot seat match at his caliber. Nice shot there. Didn't exactly split the pocket on that one, but did just fine to pocket the ball, get back for the 10. A little funny hit on his cue there. He's smiling. I could hear it from inside the booth even. Real funny hit on that cue ball, but still good enough to pocket that 10 and tie this match up at 2-2 in this race to 9 hot seat match of the 2014 New Jersey State 10-Ball Championships. Coming to you live via AccuStats Video Productions in the Aramith Simonis Arena here at Sandcastle Billiards in Edison, New Jersey. If you're out there coming out for the expo, welcome to Jersey, and be sure to stop by. There'll be lots of events going on this week coming up. When you get tired of the expo and walking around, you want to rest your feet, come on out for all the action. We'll be jam-packed here in Sandcastle as we were last year. This year we're going to be doing some mini tournaments of 9-ball and short rack 8-ball here in the arena. It'll be a $100 entry fee per man, limited to only 8 players and single elimination. If we get through that pretty quickly, we'll start another one right afterwards in the middle of the night to go into the wee hours of the morning, keeping the action live and going on there. On the 13th will be 9-ball, the 14th will be short rack 8, and going back and forth for 15th and 16th. 9-ball and short rack 8-ball once again. It'll be races to 5, single elimination. Winner takes all. Second place gets their money back. So winner, first place will be $700. You're only going up against 7 other players. Second place gets their entry fee back. Nothing taken out. It's just something fun going on in the back for all of you to step up and try to win some good cash. Tips will be graciously appreciated. For those unfamiliar with short rack 8-ball, it's a caliber leveling game where a high C or low B class player can run out just as well and have the same chance at winning as the higher level players. You have 4 stripes, 4 solids, and the 8-ball. You rack the balls in a diamond shape just as you do a 9-ball, but you break and play 8-ball with them. So now you only have 4 balls in your group, less tie-ups, easier run-outs. We're down to 4 players here in this tournament. On the one-loss side, battling it out for survival right now, we have Matt Craw and TJ Moore. I cannot see the table they're playing on from where I'm at. I only see a portion of it, and I cannot see the score beats to give you an update on that score. But the winner of that match will be coming to the stream table here next to play the loser of this match, whomever that may be. So don't assume that Darren's going to run away with this one. Very nice safety play by Adam. Swinging his body around, a little extra body English to get it over there. Darren's calling the 1-ball, going for the kick. Not too much reward. He has to get out away from those the 5 and 6 balls and get somewhere on the 2, only to face a combination on the 8 or another safe. I see Ref Tile in the chat room. Is that Rafael Debreo? I don't know if you have your sound on if you're listening in.
If I call it 10, I can't shoot the 1 in. Huh? What if I make the 1? Am I turning over? What if I make the 1? Is my turn over? You got my 10.
Adam's going to attempt to carry him on the 10-ball here. He's just verifying the rules with it with Darren. If he makes the 1 and the 10, what happens? Yeah, he just tried to play the 1, deal with that 2-ball situation. Not an easy shot. And again, yes, they are 4.5-inch pockets. They do not accept the balls very easily. If you don't hit them clean, they do not go, because they're a straight cut angle, similar to the Diamond Pro-Am tables, where if you catch the points too much of an angle, it bobbles out. If you catch the outside of the cushion inside the jaws, drawing the ball will not suck it in, it will hold it there or spit it out. So you do have to pocket well. Funny comment there in the chat room, adopting a kid and naming him Ustream. Oh, sorry there, Raphael. I mistook you for someone else. Welcome anyway. Nice safety play by Darren. Don't know if Adam's going to try to masse and play that 2 in the upper left-hand corner of your screen. Nope, kicking it the other way. Decided to kick it the other way to the opposite corner. If he comes off the 2 that way, he's going to be running into the 4 ball, and I don't really like that. But it's the only real clear shot he has is a cleaner shot, rather than massaing around that 5-6. Playing rail first is too difficult. So nice easy 2-rail kick here. He went 1 rail and came up with it. Played the better option, just leaving a safe up table there. I don't know if Darren has a clear shot at that. 9 might be a little, 9's not a problem, but the 5 rather. Might be a little in the way, I'm not sure. I think he has it though. It's close. He might have to hit it a little bit more full in the face and using a little right English, throw the 2 ball to the left. And that's exactly what he's doing here. Gonna come out 2 rails for the 4 ball up, ran into the 10. He did not call that 10 ball, so that's going to be spotted. Adam shoots. Now he's thinking to himself, that would have been a nice shot. Why didn't I think of that? Again, he misses that corner pocket with the same type of shot. Back cutting the 1 ball, now trying to back cut the 2 ball. So although the size is 4.5-inch pockets, they're not true. They're not really buckets. Don't let the table fool you. Now, as far as 1 pocket's concerned, someone who plays 1 pocket, I would rather have it a little bit tighter myself. But that is what the 2 players agreed on that will be playing on Tuesday. Darren coming around nicely for that 4 ball. See if he just plays a 4 in the corner, comes out to the center of the table for the 5 in the upper left-hand corner. Nicely done. Held that cue ball quite well. Definitely has the speed of the table down. Darren's trying to see if he can zone in on this to have the 6 play in the side, but brushing the 7 first to get it off that rail. 7's in a real tough spot here. Let's see if he can do that. I don't know, he decided to go with the safety. Really doesn't like that 7 ball. Obviously, it doesn't go anywhere. And Adam's taking a timeout here before he decides what he's going to do with that 6 ball. Adam jacked up, making a good hit on the 6, trying to play it safe behind those balls. It is, but the cue ball stayed clear, leaving Darren a shot on the 6. Not a great shot, but a desirable shot either with that 7 balls positioning. He's going to play it safe, send it over to the short rail, bring the cue ball back down table. And the safety battle will continue here with Adam at the table. Sitting here 2-2 in this race to 9. This is the hot seat match, guaranteed at least 2nd place to be crowned the 2014 New Jersey State 10-ball champion. Adam playing another safe. The cue ball did not get back behind the 10 as he intended, but that 7 ball still poses a problem. I don't think we're going to see anything spectacular after the 6 being pocketed. Now, at the angle I see from the camera where you see at home, it looks like the 7 ball's on the point of the pocket. If that is true, if it's not on the outside of it, you can do what's called a compression shot and fire that 7-ball into the rail, compressing the rail, and the 7-ball will move out of the way before the rail opens back up, stretches back out rather. The 7-ball goes right in that same side pocket. Can't tell from where I am, or got to get close up on it to get a better view, but you can see if that's a possibility or not. And both these players know that shot, and it's not a difficult shot to execute in competition, but can't tell if that's possible from where we are here. Let's see what Adam does here. Does he get the cue ball behind the 10 this time now? Another open shot for Darren, but again, doesn't mean anything if that 7-ball cannot be made. Darren gives up ball in hand, but still not much of a difference. 7-ball is the trouble here, even with ball in hand. No clear shot here, or no clear right thing to do other than play safe. That's what Adam's looking to do here. If he can, it's a lot of work and too risky to play the 6 in the corner pocket where it lies, coming off the rail and trying to catch the 7. Be better to thin it and intentionally miss it and come back up behind the 9-7 on the same long rail. And he's looking at it closely to see if that shot can be made or not. Safety play, going for that 10-ball again, and he did get there very nicely. Nice shot. Still don't know what he's going to do, though, even if he gets ball in hand here, which I don't think he's going to. Darren's calling it in the corner. I think he just wants to leave Darren in a position where he has to come with his shot and deal with the 7-ball. And Darren did a nice shot on the 6-ball. Unfortunately, scratches. That is tough. So if that was Adam's intent, was to have Darren deal with the 7 from wherever the cue ball winds up, that backfired on him. Now he has to deal with it. I don't know if it can be made up top in the corner. Looks like that's what he's thinking of first. Still a difficult shot to play the ball and hold it or come back for the 9. He might even be able to play a safety and just touch the 7 and freeze the cue ball against the inside of the cushion there. I think that's the shot to do here, and that's what he's looking to do here. Just play it safe and freeze Darren against the cushion. It's too touchy. Yeah, I think it is the right shot, but it's too touchy. He's scared to do it here. Let's see what happens. I see Matt Craw is approaching the arena here, and TJ as well. They both have their keys packed away and over their shoulder. I don't know the outcome of the match. All right, I just got the signal from Matt Craw. He nodded his head at me. He got the win, so he's going to be coming over onto the stream table next to play the loser of this match in at least 7 more racks. So we've got some time. up here in your recliners at home with a drink in hand, kicking back, watching this match. This is a very difficult shot, you know, difficult position to be in. And it is early enough in the match, but you want to make sure every ball counts, every rack counts, rather. That's why Adam's taking his time here. He's just going to take a foul and brush the 9, making sure that it goes, or is he just putting it in a different position? Pockets the 9. Very nice. I like that. All right. Here's ball in hand back to you. Let's see what you can do, world champ. Any suggestions in the chat rooms there? Everyone knows the answers from behind the microphone and behind the keyboards. Let's see what you guys think Darren is going to do on this shot. See if anyone's brave enough to come up with some suggestions. You think he's going to play the cushion safety? I don't know if it's frozen or not. I think Adam indicated that it was frozen, and that's why he didn't want to play that safety. Darren now trying to place the ball as close to it as possible so he can also just brush it and play his safety. Table safe. Pretty sure it's frozen. That's why no one's trying to play the cushion safety, because you'd have to drive that ball to another rail. If you drive the cue ball to the inside of the cushion, you have to worry about the scratch. Yep, I agree with everyone in the chat room. That's what I mentioned before. That was the shot to do, was the cushion safety. But being that it's frozen to the rail, you must drive another ball to a cushion, either the 7 ball to a different cushion or the cue ball to a cushion. He tried the compression shot I mentioned earlier, but with those straight cut pockets, you have to compress the rail and make sure the 7 gets in there. And it was just a hair too far out for that compression shot to work. So Adam's strategy of letting Darren deal with it pays off here as he goes up. Let me not say it till the ball goes down. As he goes up over Darren Appleton, 3-2. Adam Kielar. See, all that time studying that 7 ball paid off for Adam. That's a big momentum swing possibility here as Adam gets that rack and the break. Let's see if he can do anything here to start a little bit of snowball effect, get some momentum going in his way. He's going to need it to come over to be victorious over Darren Appleton. Adam does have a good game. Open speed player, but going up against a world champion, he has to bring his game. Looks like nothing on the break, but no shot either for Darren as he approaches the table. Yes, the 3 foul rule is in effect. Those that are asking in the chat room. This is the hot seat match. Race to 9. We're sitting here 3-2 Adam Kielar over Darren Appleton. The winner's side of this tournament, all races were a race to 9. The one-loss side, which there's only one match left in that, is a race to 7. So this match is a race to 9. Next match, a race to 7. After this match, I'm going to refresh the table, get a fresh set of balls out and rack and all, just to elude any complications or issues that they've been having with racking. I'm going to check in with our tournament director to see the format of the finals, to verify the format of the finals race. Is it a true double elimination races to 9 and 7, or if it's an extended format race? So I'm going to get clarification on that once this match concludes or at the next player break. Looks like we've got some time here before this match concludes. Both players being very careful to hold on to this hot seat. Very nice shot there from Darren. I believe the 2 does go clean behind the 6. He's going to have to hit it pretty well and catch the long rail to slow him down out for the 3. I don't think he can go straight up and down for the 3 in the bottom left-hand corner. Yep, second rail, slow him down, and just come out enough for the 3.
The worst table I've played on, but it's in the top 5.
Darren looking at his position he'd like to be in. If he wants to be there for the 4 on the side, the most obvious shot, he'll have to go back and forth twice over. Cutting the 3 ball in, coming back to where he's standing, back over and back again. That's a tough speed. If you can hold it and play the 4 on the other side, just come back once, you should be okay. It's a lot easier. Ran into the 10. Not too bad. I think the 9 still goes by. He has a shot at the 4 in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. You just come over to the long rail on the left and shoot the 5 in the side pocket. Just like that. Very nice. Very well played. And it's here. Home free for Darren Appleton this rack, as long as he doesn't get a little bit too loose or sloppy. We were talking about this yesterday. I like how he has that jacket that he plays with, a little sweater jacket that he has on now, and a polo or t-shirt underneath. He always starts out his match in that, comfortable, and then as it warms up or gets hot, he can take it off and adjust. Yesterday we thought it was hurting him because he was just having a lot of trouble struggling on the first streamed match he played in. Today he hasn't had to take his jacket off. Nicely done. Nice clean finish from Darren Appleton, that rack. Ties up the score at 3-3 in this race to 9, the only 2 undefeated players in the 2014 State 10 Ball Championships. Matt Craw victorious on the one-loss side, coming back over, or not coming back over rather, but waiting for the loser of this match to play next. TJ Moore took 4th place in this competition this year around. So congratulations to him. Beautiful break from Darren, dropping 3 balls. 10 ball will be spotted. Pretty open table. Not a great shot at the 1, but feasible at his level. Should definitely be able to pocket that 1. And has a good chance of running this rack out. There is a bit of traffic, letting it loose up and down, but if you can just go straight up and down between the 3 and the 10, should be good. I don't know if he has enough ball to hold the cue ball and just roll it in. Or 2 rails out, even better, okay. If I were Appleton, pocketed as well as he did, and I'd be happy with that, but I personally would rather go up and down a little bit. Perhaps he thought he could come a little bit tighter and wider out towards the center more, but still a decent shot here. Gonna play the safe. I'm surprised he didn't get there on that 2 ball. I thought he had enough of it to play the thin cut on it. I was mistaken. Good safety here. There's no real benefit in trying to play that 2 ball. Even pocketing that 2 left a lot of traffic to deal with to get to the 3 ball, so a very well played safety there. Coming up behind the 7. It's fortunate he didn't, catch. He caught the point. He didn't scratch in the side pocket. Darren just kicks this 2. He tried to hold the cue ball behind the 10. Caught the 2 ball too thin, leaving Adam a shot at the 2, or a view of the 2, really. Nothing we really want to go for here. I'm predicting a safety of the 2 being down bottom on the center diamond of the table, and the 2 ball up by the 8. The cue ball up by the 8. Well, Kitten will be happy to hear that I have a guest. I'm surprised that Adam went for that bank shot. He did play it a little short, so that way he left it on the short rail, knowing Darren not taking a chance there. I guess it was a good 2-way shot. That was a good idea. Adam played it very well. Kitten will be happy. I have your requested companion here, although he's been knocked out of the tournament. I am being joined by John Barton of JB Cases, here to join me in the booth today and save me a little bit of airtime and talking. Welcome back, John.
Hello, Eddie.
You have a good night's rest?
I did.
I see
First good night in a month.
Good, good. You got into a little action and getting ready for your match on next Tuesday coming up. And we were talking about that earlier today as well. And I'm a little jealous. I didn't get any sleep, but,
I don't know how
I'm
you
not
do
playing.
it. I don't know how you do it when this week comes. I don't think last year I saw you sleep at all.
There were a few hours in the chair behind the counter.
Yeah, I have to take that back. I did catch a good picture of you sleeping.
I got
in the
caught
chair.
nodding off a little bit. Yeah, a couple people had blackmail pictures of that, but it's all over the game here.
All right, what do we got going on here?
Well, this is the hot seat match of the 2014 Jersey State 10-ball championships here. Darren Appleton and Adam Kielar, both out of Pennsylvania, Allentown area, undefeated to this point. It's been back and forth. 1-1, 2-2. Now 3-3 here. We had a very interesting rack last time. Last rack, the 7, 9, and 10 balls were the last 3 balls on the table.
Oh, look at this.
Wow. And the 7 ball was pinned to the cushion by the side, right by the point. There was no cushion hook safety available, and you couldn't even do the compression shot, forcing it into the side. And they just gave each other ball and hand back, said, you deal with it. You deal a few times, and it was a tough situation. And Darren finally decided to try to just force it into the compression, but because of the street cut on the pockets, it bobbled out and left Adam a nice easy shot in the corner pocket up in the top left-hand corner of the screen, and a 10 ball was feasible to get on for a 2 ball out. So that got Adam to this point on 3-3.
It's always interesting when those situations come up. I hope you told Darren not to mess up my table.
Yeah, I warned them. I warned them. They're having a little trouble racking. This is the one thing that I was trying to avoid. I know the table's only been here for a couple weeks. I wanted to get a lot of play on it before this event, and that way it won't be sliding all over the place. The rails will grab the balls. The English will take more appropriately.
I played on it last night. I think it plays great right now.
Thank you. I'm glad you enjoy it. I wanted to make sure that it wasn't too high speed of a bounce going on to it or anything like that. And with these camera lights and everything overhead, it does heat the table up a little bit. So just everyone knows it does speed up over time, just a hair. Once the rails and the bed of the cloth, the bed of the table heat up. The cloth is grabbing nicely now. It's not sliding all over the place, and the pockets are not too forgiving, slopping balls in. But even these 2 players were, they had a couple misses because they caught the outside of the cushion of the points going into the pockets, and they bobbled up a couple balls. So it's, people online see it and they hear 4.5 inches, but it's not a wide mouth Brunswick natural cut, normal cut.
No, this table.
It's like a pro-am.
Yeah, this table plays tighter than it looks from the, it's going to be, I'm liking it a lot. You're going to have to shoot, you're going to have to play,
It's not ridiculously tight, but it's not tight, let's say, but it's, I think, a definite challenge. You have to pocket the ball clean.
Right.
Even if you catch the outside of the cushions, it'll bobble up, hang there, or
well, you got to have the right speed. You can pocket balls off the cushions, but you definitely got to have a little bit of effort and touch to it.
How about a thing called pocket speed?
Yeah. Well, there's pocket speed and there's kind of a pocket slide. If you will,
yes, that I like. Yes, catching the long rail, even on those shots, you can manipulate the pocket to a degree. And that's an acceptable pocketing.
I mean, if you watch Efren play a lot, you'll see that he does go in off the rails a lot, but he seems to have just such a good touch for how at just the right angle to slide it in off there.
Right. No, I agree. I think we've all picked that up from him.
Well, I've watched him do it. I haven't picked it up yet.
I don't think he's dropped it.
Yeah.
He still has that nice touch.
So it's good. We got a little bit of an audience here.
We had a few people sitting around here now. It is a Sunday, a nice lazy Sunday here, so we brought back the final 12. It's a gorgeous day outside, especially with all the cold we've been having lately. Everyone's been sick, and even in this pool room here, everyone has been passing it around from one to another and kept opening the doors up to air out. It was just that bad. A lot of things going around, but it's a nice little break. Beautiful sunshine today.
Well, I saw the mountains of snow still piled up. So
oh, yeah, the dirty snow from all the parking lots, yeah.
An indicator of how bad it was.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. And we've had a lot of nice warm days this last week, so
that's good.
It's melted a lot of it, but you can still see those mountains there. It's quite a bit.
So I have never actually seen or heard of Adam Kielar.
Really?
But Jose Burgos just told me that he's a very good player.
Solid open player. Don't want to take anything away from his game. He has the capability to beat Darren in this matchup. He's not Darren's caliber, of course. Darren's a world-class champion, one of the elite top 10 players in the world. But that doesn't mean Adam can't run racks either.
Well, Adam looks like he's holding his own so far.
That
was a pretty good safety right there from where he was at.
Absolutely. No, he has great speed control, great cue ball, great pocketing skills, a very strong
Darren
pocketer.
gave up a shot here, so.
I think more of the challenge for Darren here in this competition is he's the only real big name. There are a lot of open players, a lot of strong players, but he's the only world-class champion in this event. And I think that's hurt him in the long run
Sometimes that
because
puts a
he
little
gets
pressure
relaxed.
on you. Yeah.
He gets a little too relaxed when playing. He doesn't have enough pressure, I think.
Well, it's a different kind of pressure. It's like that. He's relaxed,
But he
but
also-
then when he gets a little bit of people firing at him, you know, then that oh, I'm a world champion comes
Exactly,
in.
yeah, you
Maybe,
can't-
I don't know. I mean, I can't speak from a world
Right.
champion's perspective, of
Right,
course.
right. But you don't want to be embarrassed per se, saying, okay, I've got to.
But I know
Maintain
even
my name.
Yeah, even from my own level, playing in lower level tournaments, you know, when you walk in and you expect that you're the best player in the field,
Right.
there's that little bit of pressure when someone starts to get a couple
They start
games on
coming
you
back
and
at
you
you.
start thinking, oh, you know, I should be beating this guy easily,
Right, right.
and it's not happening easily.
Yeah, it's odd. It's a different type of pressure indeed. Well, here Adam has a little tough situation. He's got to come back for the 7-up table. Just follow it up for the 8, draw back.
Yeah, the following up for the 8's a little tough because he's got to get just right so he doesn't bump into that
Exactly.
9.
I think he's just going to draw straight back to the rail. Has a little bit extra leeway if he comes off that rail that he's leaning on.
What the hell was
What
that?
was that? That was a miscue, mishit something.
That was indecision all the way.
Could be. Could have been. Just a mishit on that. He was just uncertain of how he wanted to
He just
fight the
jumped,
natural
he jumped
angle.
up and one-stroked it, and there's a complete mishit. See, I was wanting to say there that he could have drawn that back and even caromed off the 9. With me and my study of one pocket these last couple months, I've really learned a lot more about tickling off a ball's position.
Right. They can help you a lot.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can use those balls in that, referencing Efren before. I mean, how many times has he come off of a
Oh.
ball, gone to a rails, perfect
It's
position?
beautiful to watch him do it.
Balls can be another cushion, another available cushion or, helper.
Look what Darren did.
Darren not getting enough on that ball. He was real straight on that ball, real straight on that 6. He's calling it cross corner on the kick. If he misses short, he's okay. That's exactly how he played it. Called it in case he made it by accidentally. Played it short intentionally just to leave it on the short rail.
Yeah, that's a good move there, and a lot of amateurs don't realize that one, how easy that shot actually is.
Oh, it is very easy, absolutely. Easy to miss, isn't it?
Well, if you practice that one a little bit, you get
Yeah.
you get
Get
a
a
real
good
good
touch.
feeling for it and a good touch, and it comes up a lot. There you go. How's the speed here? It's not going to get behind the
Not bad.
balls, but
Yeah, but it's table safe is good enough here. You're 3-3. It's not a super long race now. It's a race to 7 now. They're going to 9, 3 apiece. They definitely want to lock in that hot seat, guarantee at least second place for them. I think the first place was about $1,200, including the Calcutta there. $800 and $400 or so for the payouts for first. There was just under 50 players here. Top 12 places being paid out. Actually, I think it's closer to only 40 players, or 45 maybe. Let's see, Adam couldn't quite get there on the 8 ball. Left himself a little tough, but all he's got to do is make this ball. And as long as he's on this half of the table, he'll be fine. 9 ball in the side pocket. All he's got to do is make the 8, come back to where he's standing, up off the rail, and he's fine. Just got to focus on pocketing that 8 ball, that's all.
overcuts it.
Overcut it.
You know,
He
it's
had a little
funny
bit of a
because
stretch, too.
I couldn't even see the 8 ball from this position,
Mhm.
but I saw the overcut in his stroke,
Right.
and I knew that he overcut it.
Absolutely.
I couldn't see the ball.
He was stretching forward a little bit, and he swung outward in his stroke to the outside of the cue ball, and that caused it to spin out to the right, overcutting the 8 ball. Darren's happy to be at the table here, and that was very
You know, in a
fortunate for
shot
him.
like that particular shot that he took, I think he was stroking too hard.
Mhm.
You know,
You don't
just
need
got-
much.
You,
It's
just,
very
you
thin.
really don't need much. You just
Right.
got to baby that ball in and just float it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a little bit of a touch to that. I kind of learned that from Joey Gray back in January. You know, we were playing a little one pocket, and he's got a lot of shots like that where it's kind of a little weird kind of squeeze stroke, but it's so nice.
Right, just a nice soft touch. That's it. Not a lot of activity in the chat room today. They're all sleeping on the Sunday here.
Apparently.
I know they mentioned Warren Kiamko. I had a phone call. He's under the weather, so he wasn't sure if he was going to be able to make it down here. And obviously, he did not make it down here yesterday.
Is he living in New York now?
He's staying in New York for right now.
Okay.
He might be at the other event, at the Predator event.
He's a really nice guy.
Very nice.
I played him some one pocket in Manila, and at one side.
Very humble, man.
Very nice, very humble. But he was so nice. This is what he says to me. So he's beaten me to death playing one pocket, of course. And he comes up to me and he goes, would you mind if we stopped so that I could play Efren? And I was like, no, Warren, I want all your time, and I would like to continue donating to you.
Exactly. Now I want to give you every last dollar I have. You know, please.
Please take
let's
my
finish.
money.
Please, let's finish.
All right, so 4-3 for Darren. Adam to break.
Let's see. He changes break from the center of the table. Now just going after that one ball, getting a lot better results out of the table there. He has a shot at the 2. That 10 ball is going to spot up. Yeah, he can see the 2. From where I'm sitting in the booth, it looks like he can.
It's still a difficult angle to get on the 3 from here.
Yep,
from where
he's going to
at,
have to come with something.
Almost frozen to the rail.
I kind of like just hitting this a real high ball, touch of left, just to come under the 5 on the long rail on the left side of the screen, all the way up table and back down.
Yeah, this is one of those shots.
See where he just placed the 10 ball? I forgot the 10 ball is getting spotted, so that's another ball of traffic to go that way.
Right, but it's real tough here from where he's at to get onto the 3 to be able to get to the 4.
He might just send the 2 ball down by the 8 and just stop the cue ball there. No, I think he's going for it, as I was originally saying. Yeah, he's going for it. He wants to get something going here. He doesn't want to sit down.
Oh, I don't know what he's doing there.
Ah. That might have been intentional. No, he's shaking his head. I think he's looking at the tip of his cue. He had that weird hit, that uncertainty on that other shot that he popped up on. He keeps on looking at his tip. I'm not sure if he's having any problems with that, but don't want to rule that out.
I always look at my tip when I miss 2.
Same here. I was talking about that earlier this morning. It's a bad mental habit. We all do. Was it the tip or me? And then a few seconds later, yeah, it was me. Trying to find that momentary excuse. Darren has a nice little touch there, putting the cue ball on the 7. I don't know if that was actually intentional, or if he was trying to get behind the 5 ball, possibly by overcutting the 2. But I've seen that happen a lot recently over the last couple of years in rotation-type games in competition. They're not going out all out for it. They're playing a lot smarter, a lot more chess matches in the beginning of the rack to get to the out, rather than trying to solve problems, break up clusters. They're playing a lot of safety play on the first couple of balls, on the 1 and the 2, to get better positioning to start the run to get in line. And this is a nice safe
Look
here.
at that shot.
A little bit further than he wanted to, but he's still good.
He got there, but that was still a good effort.
Very great cue ball control there. Very clean lines in his paths.
I got to tell you a story about playing position for the run out. I went to England once, and I was in a tournament there, a 9-ball tournament, and they had these weird handicapping rules where you gave up balls, but if you gave up balls, the guy getting the balls would, if he was, say, getting the 5 out, okay, so the 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 to win. Anytime he got to the 5, all of his money balls became live, which means that he could shoot the 6 straight in without having to shoot the 5 and win the game.
I'll take that.
So yeah, well, all of us would love to have that. But the thing is that this is a good story about how the better players still always found a way to win. what they would do is they would simply just bunt the balls around until they were able to get ball in hand, and they would not take any chance at all
Right.
on running out if they did not have
that
a solid
wide open
run out.
wide
Right.
open run. Was a 3 foul in effect in that game?
I don't remember if it was.
'Cause that's another
you
option
know.
I've seen the better players go to. They'll just bunt the balls around, cause tie-ups, and then get ball in hand, freeze to the tie-up.
Right. But I tried to
Excuse
explain
me.
to the tournament director that he was fundamentally changing the way 9 balls played.
Yeah, yep.
You know,
That's odd.
what it was working for them. So
Hey.
they had a good turnout. And another thing that they did was similar to what you guys do here at this event, is the better players had to pay more money to get into the tournament. So they had a staggered entry fee.
Mm-hmm. That's similar to this tournament here. I know there's a few questions about that. First place payout from prize fund. You can't really figure out the math because this is a staggered entry fee. There are a lot of entries that were only $60, not $100. First place payout was $800 for the prize and $400 for the Calcutta. So there's a $1,200 prize fund for first place, and it is under 50 players, somewhere between around 45 players, maybe between 45 and 50 players. But you have a lot of B and A class players that are only paying $60 or $75 to get in. Pros pay 100. Open
you what,
players
Eddie.
pay 75 also.
I really like the way they do it in China for tournaments like this. In China, what they would do is they'll have a main board that starts on Friday or Saturday morning, depending on the tournament. But say there's a main board with 64 players.
Right.
Throughout the week prior to the tournament, they will have mini tournaments of 4 or 8 players. And if it's an 8 player, then 2 of the players will make it to the main board. If it's
Okay.
4 players, only the top player will make it to the main board. And
So
you
it's
can-
an immediate qualifying event. right
basically
before
it's
that
like
big
mini
match.
qualifiers, yeah. And so that's how they fill up the main board, and all the money you pay. Well,
Along the way,
you pay like
built
10,
up.
you pay like $10 or $20, and
That's
you pay
good.
table time.
I like
So-
that.
Yeah, of course. As a room
No.
owner, you love it because the loser pays the table time.
Right.
So in these minis, it's single elimination, so you can only lose once.
Well, that's one thing I reference. China's so far ahead of us. All of Asia is so far ahead of us in the billiards industry, where we've kind of became stagnant or went backwards even over the last 30 years, and they're jumping leaps and bounds. So I'm sure they figured out a lot of better.
Well, that just
formats
gives
to
everybody
go
a
along
chance
with.
to come in and qualify and get into the main board on their own time.
Right.
And to take as many chances or tries as they need.
I wouldn't mind trying that out. That sounds very interesting. Very interested in trying that out.
You know that they do something similar also for the World Championships, or they used to for the WPA World Championships. They run qualifiers to fill up some of the spots, and Jose and I were speaking about Ronnie Alcano
Right.
playing this Adam Kielar in the One Pocket tournament last year. Well, a lot of people don't know that Ronnie Alcano when he won the World Championships. He was on his last barrel. He tried to qualify several times. He was the last entrant into the last qualifier, which he won, and then from there he went on and won the main tournament,
Right.
the World Championships, became world champion.
Amazing. No, I didn't know that. And I actually had Ronnie here as the house pro for a few months while he was staying on the East Coast here.
Cool.
But language barrier didn't allow for those stories. Let's see Darren approaching the table here now, up 5-3 over Adam Kielar in this race to 9 for the hot seat. Matt Crawl was victorious over TJ Moore on the one-loss side, and he is the other of the 3 competitors remaining in this tournament. His match will be coming up next, facing the loser of this one here. Can't assume it's Darren. You can't count Adam out. He is a fighter. He does. I've seen him come back. I've put him in action, bet against him in action. It was all fun, all good times, and I've seen him come back from deficits much greater than 2 games. I've seen him come back from being down 7-2 in a race to 11 against players just as good as him. Maybe not world champions, but
Wow, I would never expect Darren to miss that shot.
I think you sharked him.
You think so?
Not at all.
Was it my long eyelashes?
Could have been. He looked over here when he missed. I don't know. Well, this is a good break for Adam here. he can pull back in.
Well, all he's
Make
got
it
to
a
do is
one-game race.
avoid the traffic here and get on the 2, and he should be okay.
There's plenty of room, I think, between that 4 and the 7.
I think so too. It doesn't look like there's any real problem there.
Especially from
He-
the camera view.
He doesn't seem to like it.
Yeah, it's a little touchy because he's hitting that 1, so thing. He's going a little bit wider than he wants to. It looks like he's going into the 7 naturally, so he has to put a touch of inside on it.
Don't go there.
I stopped. Did you hear the pause in me? I'm not talking about aiming systems. None of them work. End of story. We're not going there
You have to
again.
be zen with it. None of them work and all of them work.
Exactly. That's my standpoint. Switzerland here. Neutral. All right. He held that ball with inside. All right. Just because I use the nickname Sandman doesn't mean that I have all claim to the word, sand and so forth. So touch of inside is not necessarily referring to that system, but rather just the common terminology I use. No offense to it and no offense to anyone else.
It's been trademarked. You need to send CJ $5.
WeChat. He's got a coffee. He's got a tab here already. He hasn't received it. Nice. I like how he played that
Oh, is he
rail
gonna get
first.
there? Is he gonna-
And
no,
bumped
no.
it.
You know what I like here, which is kind of interesting. I don't know. Is just shoot the 10 in the corner
I
and put the
think
cue
just-
ball right behind the 6.
I think just roll the cue ball on the 10 ball. Shoot the 4 right past it. Roll the cue ball on the 10.
Yeah, that's a better option.
It's 3-5. You have a chance. Just keep control of the table. Let Darren kick at it. If he comes with a great shot, great. If not, you're getting ball in hand.
It looks like the angle here might carry him past the 10, though, so it's kind of a little bit tricky. I can't tell.
Yeah, I can't.
He looks like he's okay.
I'm sitting right behind him, so I can't see the table.
Yeah, he looks like he's
From the
okay.
camera.
He's okay. You were right.
Remember
You
what we
called
said
it right.
yesterday?
Mhm.
All right. My first option, but I don't like where he left the 4 ball right by a pocket. I think Darren's called. I didn't notice where Darren called it. It looked like at first he called it up in the corner.
Darren likes to use these kicking systems. He's
Yeah.
got a lot of them here. He's,
Oh yeah. This is a lot of calculations here. I think he's using this end of the table to measure, but I think it's going the other way. Let's see. Just one rail to the
Well, yeah, the
4.
one he's looking at is basically the line. The corner pocket line is the reference line,
Mhm.
and then how far off that line he needs to be.
Right, and just parallel over from that. Yeah, there's a lot of great systems out there. And all players use kicks, or systems for kicks.
Well, I don't
Whether-
think they all do it, but I think that a lot of them could benefit from it. And
I don't think they use it consciously, but they use
Yeah.
some kind of reference. Even if it's not a trademarked system, let's say, they use some kind of reference point. And even when you're first starting out, I still remember taking the corner pocket to the side pocket to learn how to bank cross corner, and then just trying to parallel that over without knowing what I was doing specifically.
how'd he do?
There he is. It works.
How'd he
Center
do it?
ball, center pocket. Perfect. Caught that 4. Perfect. Split the pocket. Nicely done.
Well, little Joe Villapando teaches a lot of good kicking systems,
Mm-hmm.
and he says, pool is a game of knowledge. And
Yes.
it's a game of precision, and the more knowledge you have, the more precise you can be.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Very well said, John. Or did you take that directly from him as a quote?
I took it directly from Joe. I
Very
don't.
nice.
I don't lay claim to any of the wisdom in pool. I'm only a student.
Likewise. I like the question in the chat room. Thanks a lot. This is the Big Truck Show. No, Ray chimed in earlier. It was funny. It was nice to see Ray in the chat room earlier today. Friends with Ray, but no, this is not the Big Truck Show. This is brought to you live via AccuStats Video Productions. It has been around for 30 years, bringing you tournaments like the U.S. Open, Derby City Classic, the Jaws Tour in Verona. We are streaming to you live from Sandcastle Billiards here in Edison, New Jersey, coming from the Aramith Simonis Arena. And players are taking a break right now. Darren Appleton up 6-3 over Adam Kielar in this race to 9 on the winner's side of the 2014 New Jersey State 10-Bowl Championships.
Is this a true double elimination tournament?
That's a good question. I wanted to gather that information from the tournament director, Jose Burgos. I'm not quite sure if it's a true double elimination or extended race format. I believe it's a true double elimination.
Eddie, who's the big guy in the white shirt right there?
That gentleman's name is Bill. I can't remember his last name on top of my head. I actually have his number on my phone. He actually is a big backer for
Big
a lot of
stake horse,
players.
right?
Real big stake horse. He loves the action. Very nice gentleman. No problems. He's a great guy to deal with. We've actually backed each other up and partnered up a couple times. And he likes to gamble. He's not looking for a lock.
Mm-hmm.
He's one of the few, very few out there that really likes to sweat it out.
Right.
And he just loves it. He backed actually, referring earlier, when Adam overcame that 11 or that race to 11 deficit when he was down 7-2, that was me and Bill. He was backing Adam. I was backing another player from the area here, and Bill came up the winner on that one.
And he seems like he's good for the game, good for action. So
Absolutely, he loves
nice
the game.
guy.
Loves the game. Nice guy. Doesn't play all that great, but we'll get into it himself. He'll get in the pit himself sometimes, and he's bored. He likes to keep himself entertained as well.
So, what do we got coming up? We have the Super Billiards Expo coming up.
Yeah, that's this
next week.
Wednesday, the 13th through the 16th. I know you have a booth at Allen's Trade Show there, and there's a lot of competitions. They have a nice one-pocket event going on
Does it
there.
start on Wednesday or Thursday?
I think the warm-ups and everything starts up on Wednesday. Then it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday's the actual.
Right.
They have some warm-ups and meetings and things like that on Wednesday.
Okay. That's good. I need an
sorry.
extra day to get ready.
Yeah, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, the 13th through the 16th, there will be everything going on at the show. And when things start quieting down over there, I'm going to have some mini tournaments here in the arena. Single elimination, limited to 8 men, $100 a man. We're going to have races to 5, and 9-ball and short rack 8-ball. Now,
What
those
is short
aren't
rack
familiar.
8-ball?
Yeah, a lot of people aren't familiar with it, but I absolutely love it. It's an equalizer game, similar to 9-ball. Short race to 5 and 9-ball. Really, anyone can win. A decent caliber player to a high caliber player have the same ability in finishing out those racks. Short rack 8-ball consists of 4 stripes, 4 solids, and the 8-ball.
So like
you rack them
9-ball.
like a 9-ball,
Okay.
but you play 8-ball. So all your runouts are only 4 or 5 balls. So a high
Sounds
C
like I could do
caliber
that.
player. Yep. Yeah, one of us could finish that rack out easily. So it really is a coin flip, and we're doing a winner takes all except 100. Second place is going to get their $100 entry fee back, and the winner will receive the $700. Nothing's being taken out of it. It's just a nice fun activity to do back here. I'd say all gratuity will be greatly appreciated. But not necessary, not required. That's going to be every night, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. We're going to alternate between 9-ball and short rack 8-ball.
Okay.
So here we have Adam Kielar back to the table now. His
And,
break.
I will be taking on all challengers on the one pocket table
Sounds good.
for a grand total of $2.50 a game.
There you go. Would that be U.S. currency?
I will do that one in Chinese currency.
All
I got to
right.
keep my expenses low.
There you go. Well, after the expo and after those, I just got a message here on phone. Sorry about that. Hello out to Jimmy Flawless, buddy of mine out in Pennsylvania, over at Classic Billiards. Shout out to you. Thanks for tuning in. But getting back to the announcements of the upcoming events, we have, after the Billiards Expo, your match with Lou Figueroa, race to 9 in one pocket, and you're each putting up $10,000 for a total purse of $20,000, obviously in the middle.
My
to be
wife reminds
bound
me
up.
of that every day.
She needs a new bag.
Yeah.
She's got a very nice collection of
She
bags.
reminded me
and
that
all,
Saks
but
Fifth Avenue is just
it's,
40
yeah,
minutes away.
Not
So
far away at all. Yep, not even.
She already has plans
The train
for that
gets there in
10,000,
28
so.
minutes. Well, I know that's going to be a long look towards match for all those AZers out there from AZ Billiards. As you see the billboard on the arena wall there, azbilliards.com, one of our supporters and sponsors here. What a great attempt at that 10 ball. Did he leave him safe behind that cluster?
Yes, he did.
Yeah,
I
he
think so.
did.
Well, I don't know.
Looks good.
Yeah.
Now,
I think he's got enough of a path to get through there, but
Yeah, but there's no benefit. 2 balls, ugly. He's going to have to play safe on the 2.
yeah.
In your match on Tuesday, it's going to be a race to 9 for the $20,000 purse, going most likely over 2 days. Opening up the event, I decided to put in a little undercard to change up the view and the pace of things. And at 1 p.m., we have lovely Jennifer Beretta, one of the top 10 female players on the tour, going up against one of the players that I promote and sponsor is Dawn Fox out of Pennsylvania. They will be playing a race to 7 in 10 ball at 1 p.m. on Tuesday the 18th. And then we have your match with Lou starting off at 4 p.m. And I know you guys have agreed to playing no longer than 8 hours. Not that you're subjected to 8 hours of play, but you have the option to play as long as you like, but no longer than 8 hours. So the longest that stream will go is till midnight. Now, that it will also be a free stream courtesy of John Barton, sponsored by JB Cases, that rather than being a pay-per-view event or anything of the sort. John here was gracious enough to cover any expenses and so forth. So, Aki Stats, rack it up. But
so I hope you have a lot of dishes for me to wash.
Just balls. A lot of balls. You know, these balls pile up at the end of the night. There's a lot of cleaning. But we're going to have no longer than 8 hours of play. And then day 2 will resume with 2 other ladies to open up. And that would be the lovely Barana Andoni. And she's made a name for herself in the area and on some amateur tours, and she also plays on the Women's Pro Tour. She's very modest about that, by the way. Excuse me. And she'll be facing off against Sandra Stevens, who I am giving the opportunity to debut onto the scene of women's pool. She's been around. She's more of an underground player, action player, and mainly a one-pocket player also, but she will be going up against Barana in a race to 7 and 10 ball to open up for day 2 of your one-pocket match.
Do you think it's possible I could get Sandra to step in for me?
For
would
you,
agree
possibly.
To that?
She would love to play you.
No, I mean, yeah, everybody would love to play me. That's the whole point. That's the whole reason we got into this match.
You'll never be out of action, John. That's a good thing. You know it's lonely at the top.
Yeah. I'm like an ATM machine. Everybody lines up for cash.
Yep. There's actually a guy that works for the New York Transit Bus Authority. Whoa, nice shot there. 210, Adam Kielar marks up another score to come in within 4-6 in this race to 9. Can't believe Darren tried to play that safety. He missed and brushed that 9 ball when he tried to play the safe, and that allowed Adam to get ball in hand and shoot that shot there. We have a guy here that loves action. Number 1 action player, probably my number 1 customer, and he works for the MTA Authority. So I told him that he comes in his uniform sometimes. It says MTA on the patch. And I said, well, you got that backwards there. Isn't that ATM? And they used to hit him up that he's no longer a fish. He fends himself very well. So here Darren's turn at the table to break. Makes that wing ball. I'm still trying to figure out how that happens consistently. I haven't seen anyone consistently make that wing ball directly in the corner. And the 1 sitting nice and pretty by the side. I think he has enough by the 8. I can't tell from where we're sitting or the camera. Let's see if he has enough. There's room. He doesn't have the line there. Might have to play real first, spin it in, and have nothing on the 2. Or see what he comes up with here. He's looking at the table, studying the best option. He might even decide to push and just send the cue ball down table on the wrong side of that 1 ball. Answering some questions in the chat room. Dawn Fox is not from Pittsburgh. I can't think of the name of the town. Hunter Creek or something along those lines. It's a 2-name town. It's Creek. I think it's Hunter Creek.
Do you have extra
Somewhere
pressure
around
on
there.
you as a woman with the name of Fox?
Absolutely. She has no pressure. She's a very attractive young lady. And all of them actually that are playing are all beautiful ladies inside and out. Very attractive. and great people, very sincere. And I mean, before I met them, everyone might be opinionated about somebody, so forth, and all of them have been a pleasure to deal with, pleasure to work with in the past, just in conversation. They don't have their head in the clouds, no chips on their shoulders. Sometimes people try to build them up that way, but the truth of the matter is they're all very lovely ladies. Or I wouldn't even invite them here, to be honest with you.
I have to tell you that most people that I've ever met, even people I argue with on the internet and people that come across as, not very nice, in person, almost everybody I meet is just lovely people, good-hearted people who love the game.
Well, here's the thing. The people that aren't good people, let's say, or that have a gripe with someone and focus all their energy into negative efforts to put someone down really have nothing better to do. So anytime you hear anyone saying anything negative about another person, don't be so gullible to believe that right away, or even if a couple, think, what did they possibly do to have that resentment towards someone? Because everyone's always innocent of their actions, or whatever it may be. But those that speak the most are really full of it.
Well, that would be me.
No comment. I just stopped dead in my tracks. No comment. But it's funny. I was cracking up. Thank you very much.
I could keep a colostomy doctor in business.
Absolutely. I'm laughing here looking at the chat room. Kwaka's comment. He said, I like this. Like American rotation's name should really be Chicago for people bad in math. I just thought that was a hilarious comment there. I just love it. Thank you very much for the little comic relief there.
The winner does go to the finals here. The winner sits in the hot seat, and the loser will need to play one more match.
The loser plays Matt Craw. That match will also be streamed here. So we're down to the final three. Adam Kielar uncomfortable on this shot. Tough combination here he's trying to go for. And it's realigning, resizing it up. One of my local buddies over here, Gennady Sturman, I have to get him a shout out. He's sitting behind the AccuStats billboard there on the arena wall in the hustling gear. He's like a C-class player, wears hustling gear. So I always ask him who he's hustling, other than himself. So I had to throw that out there, and all the locals watching.
I tell you what, out of all the stuff in pool, the T-shirts, I even have underwear with pool balls on it. I have just never been able to bring myself to wear anything with hustling on it. I love the
look. I like the concept, the look, and everything.
I love the look. I love
no
everything.
disrespect to Tony whatsoever.
It has nothing to do with hustling. It has everything to do with me. There used to be a great T-shirt out, and it was the front of it said "See Dick Stroke," "See Dick Choke," and "See Dick Broke." Wow. And the back of the T-shirt said "Don't be a dick." And I used to think I was something when I wore that shirt. And every single time I wore that shirt, I lost. So finally, one day after losing, I just got tired of it and I threw it away. And I just said, I'm never wearing this shirt again.
Wow, that's great. Oh, nice back cut on that 4-ball. Couldn't hold it enough. It's not coming up enough for the good cut on a 5. Not from the camera angle, but in person, where I'm sitting.
Thank you, Hanging 9. The Sandcastle guy's name is Ed. And how do I pronounce your name? Ladawi?
Ladawi's the last name.
Ladawi.
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention to the chat there. But Hanging 9, how you doing out there?
Was nice to see you. I think. Are you the guy that said we had the debates on aiming versus jumping, or not aiming, but kicking versus jumping? Hang the 9. We didn't get a chance to put that into action on the table, but I will give you props that you caught me at a real good one when you watched me miss the kick, and you zinged me real good.
Nice
walking
shot
by there on that one. So I probably should have jumped it.
We had a nice shot by Adam cutting that 5-ball in, but just did not give it enough to get back over for that 8 in the side. Now he's faced with this trouble here. Excuse me. He made a good combination on that 6-ball earlier. So just thinking of doing that again here on a 9 is.
I like here. I like just going to the rail gently with the 8 and then trying to nestle the cue ball up behind the 10.
Absolutely. Again, it's a lot easier to see it from here, looking at camera angles, looking at a different side of the table. Like you see a lot of players walk around the table, think and examine what they're going to do. as earlier on when they had that rack before you joined me here in the booth, they had that 7-ball stuck to the cushion. It was nothing but a chess match about that 7-ball. The whole rack was wide open except that 7-9 on that one reel. And they really took their time and explored all their options. He's not doing that here. He wants to be a little bit more aggressive and nail this one in to come within 1 again.
He's playing the combination.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's tough
he's
on these
worried
tables.
about that. He's worried about that 8-ball in the side pocket also. He wants to keep it there. That's tough.
Yeah,
but he
I
did
don't know.
leave. He still
That's
has
probably his
left on the
best
bank.
option.
Yeah.
There, I don't know.
Because he left the 8-ball in a little funny position. I mean, it's feasible for a bank. It's not easy.
I think he
Position for a
cuts
9,
this
but
in and
he may.
runs around the table.
He could.
Those 3 rails comes up above it.
Mm-hmm. 1, 2, and 3.
And a little
Did he
low.
get out?
He got there,
Yeah,
but
he
it
got
was
there.
a little bit.
A little weak, but he's okay.
Could have been a little bit better, but he's okay. This
Now,
is,
I
this
actually
is
kind of like
Darren
this angle. It's
Appleton.
not bad. This is back and forth. It's very simple. Cinch the 9.
Yeah.
Just shoot it in.
Straight across. and
Straight
back.
across, exactly. There's a huge margin of error here, so just pocket this 9-ball. Speed's going to be natural to come back out for the 10 in the corner pocket over there. Perfect.
Even got a little low on it, but that's
yeah,
okay.
exactly. Got a little too low.
You almost can't do anything wrong there. The
Adam
only thing,
conceded that
you do
rack.
wrong there is not make the 9.
That 10-ball. Good. Yep. That's all. Just make that ball. Plenty of margin of error there. Yep, hanging the 9 in the chat room there. It was a pleasure meeting you. I didn't get a lot of time to spend with you. I'm sorry I was busy running around doing things, but thank you very much for coming out. I know you had a long ride, so I hope you and your son had a great time competing in the tournament. Thank you very much.
Oh, was that your son competing, hang the 9?
Yeah, he had a 14-year-old
The
son
young- yeah.
competing in the tournament, which is
He
great
looked
to
like
see
he
him.
was doing okay, too.
Yeah, very nice stroke, very good stance, very knowledgeable already at age 14. So he's got a
Hang the 9, I would say that the stream table is tighter than most of the other tables here, with the exception of the table 1. But I haven't played on all these
4-2.
tables, so I don't know.
Now, table 1 is a 3 7/8 inch pocket. Table 2 here is 4 1/4. This here is 4 1/2 straight cut pockets, where it doesn't have that typical Brunswick wide mouth cut to it. Congratulations to your son. He won 3 matches. Very nice. Very
He did better
nice.
than me. Would he like to play Lou? I'd rather back him than myself.
Adam looks like he's getting a little bit of confidence, or he's just trying to fight and force some confidence out. Free stroking a little bit
I don't
here.
know what's going to happen with this
He's
5,
going to
though.
play the combination on the 7.
That is a
Cue
bad
ball.
off angle right there. That's a
Cue
tricky
ball
one.
is 5 ball's going to stay in that area, going to the long rail. Cue ball's going to come up off the short rail, playing the 5 in the same pocket. I'm confident in him making this combo. I'm very confident in making this combo, especially because
Well, like I said, I just
I didn't say
like
he
the
was
angle.
confident in
Yeah.
making the combo.
You were confident in it.
I was confident in making the combo.
Oh,
Him
from the booth?
Him making the combo from the booth.
I never liked that combo because
I see,
you have to cut the ball backwards into
I see
the
a
combo.
comment in the chat room from Abassi. Adam is trying his best to lose, and he's trying his best actually to try to force out some free stroke and stop playing so tight. I've seen that from a lot of players when they're struggling. There's another option where you just say, forget it. I'm going to let it all out, let my stroke out. I know what I'm capable of, and I'm not going to play so tight and timid. And I think that's what Adam's trying to do here. He's trying to be a little bit more aggressive and take a couple more chances rather than, playing the chess battles with a world champion. He's capable of running racks just as well as Appleton is. The chess matches and knowledge and all that, kicks, that's not going to be a good option for him to go against Darren with.
Now this is a good angle for the combination for the 9. It's just natural. You're just rolling the 5 to the pocket. You just shoot it as if the 5 were going in the pocket, and it should be okay. Hang the 9.
This is what go ahead. You can address that.
Well, hang the 9. I asked for the if Lou would want the diamond that was already in here. He said that he would prefer to have the Brunswick.
I know that the Brunswick tables are more accessible to both Lou and John at both the rooms, so they could be more of a level playing field and practice beforehand for the match. So that's what they agreed upon, was a gold crown. And we went with 4 1/2 inch straight cuts, so they didn't want anything ridiculously tight, but still where you can pocket some balls. Good observation there. 3 combos in 2 games. Adam playing the 7 ball on the side, drifting the cue ball over for the 8, 10. And his more aggressive attitude and demeanor at the table is actually, I think, going to benefit him more. He hit that one a little light. He raised up on his shot there. He didn't want to go too far on that one. Asking the cue ball to hold on there. He likes that angle that he has there. Can easily avoid all pockets. No worries about scratching there. Wide open. Pockets that 10 very nicely. Comes within 2 games in this race to 9. Adam Kielar trailing behind world champion Darren Appleton. 5-7. Alternate break format brings Darren Appleton to the table. Let's see what he can do with this. He breaks and runs to the hill. I don't believe it will be the case, as it's been proven that they've been playing chess matches all this time until the middle of the rack, really. Been a lot of safety play, a lot of conservative play. And let's see if Darren can pocket a ball here. Looking to see that 3 ball pocketed to the wing, which I've seen happen from breaking to the corner there. No. And nothing on the break. Let's see if Adam can get a shot here at the 1. I think he just called the 1 in the corner. I think he's going to continue with this aggressive demeanor, trying to let his stroke loose and say, let's go. He's going to pocket the 1, go up and down for the 2. He's got a clear line here, plenty of space. It's just what I would do. He went a little too far, though, with that 2. Yeah, snuck it in there, John. You got that one.
What?
That's what I would do.
Oh, that was you do?
Yeah.
You mean that's what you would try to do?
Yes. I was just saving time and words.
Right. You know, the debate between Diamond and Brunswick and which is better for 1 pocket or whatever, I think the way I look at it is you play on whatever the table is. So if you've got a diamond, you play on a diamond, you figure it out.
Exactly.
You make your shots according to what the table gives you.
I agree. The table's the same for both players. It's your responsibility to adapt and adjust to it. So just play pool.
Efren seems to have worked it out on the diamond pretty good with
Yeah.
his 5 DCC one-pocket championships.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's a perfect example, John. I mean, the Filipinos were notorious for loving the Brunswicks and the side pockets and being very creative and manipulating every last square inch of the table, and the rails and the cuts of the pockets and all. See, Adam's letting loose here. He's getting into a free stroke mode. He does like to get in the zone. Being on camera and having a crowd watching does not bother him whatsoever. He doesn't have any nerve issues because he's always in action. He's always competing. He's an all-around player, which is one thing I stress to a lot of people. You can't be a tournament chaser and just compete a couple times a week and tell yourself that you're playing pool. You can't just be an action player playing once a week, twice a week, saying you're a player, all-around player. You need to do all things. You need to work on your game, study your break. Very nice touch there. Came off the 10 very nicely. Does he have enough angle behind it? He does. He can come out, play the 9 in the same pocket. See if he gets enough of an angle to play the 10 there as well, or if he'll have to shoot it up table. Let's see what comes out here. Might be a little too straighter than he wanted to, so he's going to shoot it up table.
I'm watching Adam play, and I don't know him, obviously. But it just seems to me like it's a little bit more looser with the position than say, Darren.
Yes. Well, Darren is a lot more cautious in his play. There he is.
That was a good
But
out
Adam
right
got
there. I mean, you can't
Adam
take
knows-
away anything from that. but-
Adam knows he's a solid player, and he's just holding back too much, trying to be conservative. And that's, I think, the mental aspect of the game. You can't let your opponent dictate your style. If you try getting, playing the way that they're playing and letting them control that factor, then you start falling into that trap. And I mean, that's more prevalent in 1 pocket. And that's a conversation I've had with a couple of my strongest 1 pocket players here. It's having your opponent play your game, your style, deal with your choices. I disagree with you on that one, hang the 9. That would have missed on the diamond. This is actually very similar cut to the diamond. It emulates the diamond 4.5-inch straight cut pockets, and they were spec'd out to the rail height and everything playing appropriately, the cuts of the pockets playing appropriately. Even the facings were especially designed so that way you hit the ball well, it goes. If not, it'll hang.
I think we need to have at some point a robotic test between all these rail cuts and diamonds and Brunswicks and cushions and
Well,
everything.
the
If
day-
people want to keep arguing about that,
Exactly.
we should have something, because I've seen people play lights out on both tables. I've seen balls hit rails and go in. You know, I've seen things happen on both tables that you
wouldn't
think
expect.
shouldn't happen. And
I agree. Well, that's one of the 3 things I say, that this game just needs to be more organized, standardized, and classed up. And that's one of the things.
Well, I don't-
standardization of, you know, pocket cuts, pocket sizes. You know, the mechanics know, they have all the knowledge. We just need to get together and decide what are we going to do. Let's get the players and
even at
organizations
that,
together.
why standardize it? Why not have all these different ways to play? Because
Not different ways to play.
golfers go on different courses
That's
every
correct.
week.
But do we have 70-foot-yard football fields? Do we have 7-foot-high baskets? Do
That's
we have?
that's a good point as well.
That's another thing. In baseball, is a big argument. The pitcher's mound to the home plate is the same on every single baseball field, but out to the back wall, sometimes 400 yards, or you know whatever the measurement
That's
is.
a good point.
And the wall is not the same size, but those are much larger things. Those are out of control. How much land do you have available to purchase for a golf course? What size field do you have because of the land?
That's a very
We're
good
not
point,
limited to that.
you know?
We don't have that
We
limitation.
do
A
have
table's a table.
specifications. though,
Yes.
And the tables that these guys play on all fall within those specifications.
Yes.
So
I like our debates or discussions.
Have
we're
we-
both
have we
very
agreed on
passionate.
anything?
No, but we're very passionate, but very fair. Very fair. I like having you in the booth here, John. Where's the
I
mutual
come.
robot at?
Well,
Nice.
I come from when I grew up. I just loved to go play, and I
Right.
never had any kind of a discussion with anybody about what the tables were
Yes,
doing.
and I'm the
I
same way.
played on
We
on
agree on
stuff
that.
that was like this rug right here,
Yeah.
like the carpet.
Oh,
you know.
absolutely. You could catch a second
And-
diamond going on some
Yeah,
tape. Well, you're a
you
little bit
know.
older than me, so I don't know if you had ever experienced. I'm not trying to be funny. I mean, I don't know. Have you ever dealt with when the rails were more dead and you could slot balls in a diamond away on a
I've
harsh
dealt with
angle?
everything. I played.
Man.
I played in places that
That's more
like,
so 2 generations, 3 generations
Yeah.
ago with Moscone, but not that
I mean,
much
you know,
older.
I look on YouTube now, and you can find videos of Efren, even now at 54. I think he's 54, whatever what age he is. Anyway, you can find videos of Efren playing in a half outdoor
This is
arena
the thing. You
with
hear
chickens
cockfights in the background,
Yeah,
and you know
and
all the humidity there. You know,
You don't see him
human-sized bugs
complaining, you
biting
see him
them.
playing the
Just
game.
play, exactly. Just play the game. We're worried about humidity conditions, the lighting, the type of balls, whatever. Which cushion is it? Just stop. Just make the ball.
Well, I think a
Play
lot of
pool.
times you can let that stuff get in your head.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
It really bothers you. I mean, I've let it bother me at times. I've gone to places and played, and the table's like super fast or something, you know. And then I've had to sit back. One particular place I went to, I was so mad. I swore I'd never go back and play in that tournament again. But of course, the next week I was back again because I love to play pool. And I said to myself before I went in, I said, you know what? I'm going to master the table and not let the table master me.
Absolutely. I mean, the table, whatever the conditions are, is the same for both players. So you have to have the strong mentality to overcome those obstacles if it bothers you.
Strickland would go
I was gonna say,
crazy
Strickland would
if
be
he
flipping.
had to
Yeah, I
play
saw
out
that.
there. He
I
would be
saw that
like,
in the chat room, too.
I am going to go kill me a chicken.
Strickland would strangle the chicken, exactly.
He was
He's looking to choke the chicken.
Oh, guys.
Yep, I said it. I'm talking about a real chicken in the cockfight outside.
All right, that's
In the
enough.
humidity.
That's enough. That's enough.
But,
we
I
don't need
mean,
to be talking about
Friends with
This is a family. This is a family-oriented.
I'm trying to
billiard
move on
show.
past that there. Would you let me? We have another player and friend, Johnny Archer. Some people tease about cleanliness of the table or whatever, picking up lint off the table. I mean,
I think he's gotten a lot
that's
better.
great.
about
He's
that.
gotten a lot better about that. I'm just teasing Johnny if you're listening out there. I'll be seeing you shortly. But
Oh.
that was a tough miss there.
Oh.
Good attempt, but just missed
Well,
catching
what's the
that
score
three
here?
ball.
We haven't been keeping up with the score on the match here.
Oh, we have 7-6. It's a 1-match difference because Adam Kielar
came
changed
back,
that gear.
yeah.
I told you he wanted to have that. Let's go.
Do you
he said,
remember-
"Forget it. I'm letting it loose. This is my game. I know what I'm doing. Let me stop playing your mental game of being so conservative and let me go all out."
Oh, Adam, what
Now
the
he's getting
hell
a little,
was that?
getting a little too loose there.
What the hell was that? There was
And
that
look
was
at that
that
three
was
ball
not
just
even.
caught up. He just jumped up and I think he was trying to force the 3 in off the 10.
No, that was silly. There was no need at all
that
to
cost
do
him.
that.
That puts Darren on the hill here if he makes
Oh,
this,
gosh,
but he
Darren.
doesn't.
They can't
He
hear
rushed
us,
that
man.
one as well. Maybe we're a little too loud.
Yeah, they're listening to us.
Not at all. Fire cross corner. How about talking about this match?
Yeah, we're kind of
Okay.
there.
What do you want to know?
Do you remember when Shane played Donnie Mills, and Donnie Mills was pattern racking, and he made a ball on the break something like 80 out of 80 times or something like that. I mean, it was a ridiculous statistic.
You like bringing up all the issues, huh?
And huh?
You like bringing up all the
Oh
issues?
no,
Touchdown pattern
but
racking,
but this
sites.
this was Donnie's thing, right? Donnie had he's known for that, and
Mhm.
and in gambling matches, you don't make a stipulation. Anyway, the point is
Great shot by
Donnie
Darren
was
there on
just
that 3
killing
ball.
Shane.
Came a little bit too far. I think he's going to go behind that 8 ball on this shot. Great shot on that. It was tough to get around the table, and he hit it too well. He got punished for making a great shot there. That was very unfortunate.
Well, they roll like that sometimes.
You had Donnie Mills, and
Well, so Donnie was killing Shane, right? He was
Mhm.
making the ball. He was running out his patterns. I mean, it was brutal, and everybody just felt like Shane was dead. And Shane was trying to copy Donnie's break, playing to his style, and not getting there. And so what happened is the second day Shane just switched it up and started breaking hard, making balls, but not always making them or getting out. But he was changing up the patterns.
right.
So by Shane changing up and playing his game, he came back and beat Donnie, not giving Donnie the opportunity at winner breaks pattern racking to be able to continue to
even
dominate.
Get that right.
And that's what as we were talking about with Adam here in this match,
And his mindset and everything.
in his mindset and just stepping back and not playing Darren's game, playing his
Right.
own game.
I think he's going to set himself up for the 5-10 combo here.
That looks like a reasonable thing to do.
Yep. He's roll up, cut the 5 to the 10. 10 ball corner. He's not happy with it. He wanted a little bit more.
Looks like he got a little flat.
Exactly. A little too straight with it, but it's still feasible. Still a very feasible shot. I have to agree with you, hanging the 9. Yes, it is against the rules, and it does need to be enforced. We don't have enough referees out there on hand, but there also has to be something called integrity amongst the players as well to adhere to the rules and pay attention to those player meetings once those rules are announced.
Yeah, I didn't mention that story because to bring up the issues with pattern racking.
Right.
I just said because Donnie and Shane knew what he was getting into when they agreed to that match. And I think it's an important match in pool because it does
Great shot.
highlight the power.
Notice how firmly he's hitting the balls now, a little bit more confident in his stroke. He's trying to just confirm in his own mind that he's confident in pocketing and playing these shots as he comes back and ties it up 7-7 in his battle for the hot seat. Race to 9.
This is
Darren
a big
Appleton
match, I
and
think,
Adam
for-
Kielar. It's
for
huge.
Adam.
Huge for Adam.
Not only for this particular tournament, of
No,
course, but
to
just for his
overcome
overall
that.
confidence.
I believe it's a great feather in his cap if he can beat Darren here, saying, yeah, he beat him, over Darren Appleton to take the hot seat, despite what happens even in the finals. I don't think Matt Craw is too happy watching this play and seeing, Adam starting to pick up speed. I mean, Matt, Adam, and Darren have all played each other several times before, but Matt Craw is sitting in the sidelines here.
Speaking
And,
of confidence, I think Darren considers himself probably to be the best money player in the world.
I'll get Dennis here. I'd like to see that happen. I think Dennis-
he's not stupid enough to say.
Right.
He's not stupid enough to say in terms of like he'll always beat all the other players.
Right.
But
mentally, you mean? Or
yeah, I mean just
scrapper.
personal confidence.
Right.
He, for example, has said, wow, look at
Look
that.
at that
Did he call
carom. He called it.
it? Well, good deal.
He called that carom on
And
the
he
10.
takes the lead. No, he said, for example, that he's up in the Philippines.
If you look at Darren in his chair now, he's not too happy. He's got that smug look on his face a little bit. So what happened? 2 quick racks just now. Combination, 5-10 combination. And now a 110 carom. Adam getting that momentum, changing that mentality. And this is what we're talking about. Have to have confidence in what you're doing. You know what you're doing. Let it show. Don't fall back and play these super conservative matches. This is a rotation game.
And Darren's got to take this a little bit seriously,
Absolutely.
too. He's the one that's got something to lose.
Yes.
He's the world champion,
Yep.
here. And,
Adam Kielar, though, I think one day will be up in the ranks. The world champion, I don't know. Top, good level pro player, absolutely. His game has been growing greatly in the last couple of years.
He's got one foot on one of those stepping stones right now.
Absolutely. Looking to put that feather in his cap.
I think that guy hang the 9 is Brian Gould.
Brian Gould, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's who came in with Darren. Maybe was he wearing a hustling shirt? Also, slim guy.
Raphael, I'll ask Adam after the match, and we'll see. I don't think he cares to be a touring pro, but he'd like to be able to play that.
I'm sure he would like to have a tour
to play on.
A tour to play on, yeah. He'd like to be able to have something to make that decision about.
Yep. I don't think he would mind being a touring professional if it's worth it. There's a lot of expense involved, and unless you're a world-class champion like Darren flying overseas, it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, hang the 9. That was the guy, Brian Gould.
Yes. He does look like a little mini Darren.
I beat him 9-1, but it's not fair for me to say that I beat him. He gave me at least 5 of those games.
Well, you're welcome, David. Thank you for tuning in. You can thank AccuStats Video Productions and all their crew for their time and efforts that they're putting forth in bringing this professional top-level stream to you. I'm fortunate enough and honored to host them here in Sandcastle Billiards. If you haven't tuned into the weekly Wednesday night game show that Pat Fleming puts on with AccuStats, it's a fun night for all amateur players where he levels the field every Wednesday night by having a race-to-1 tournament, double elimination in 9-ball.
Nice shot.
And he removes balls off the table to either make it easier or harder for the oncoming player. Darren, very frustrated. That was a bad hit. 4-ball first.
Darren is frustrated. Get up there one
He's
stroking,
got there,
not bothering to measure it.
Exactly. Now, we saw him kicking balls in when he had that 4-ball in the side pocket earlier. Measured it up, took his time. Now he's just frustrated. I think.
Now, you know, this is something about Darren as well that I've noticed in previous matches. When he does get a little bit heat put on him, he tends to get a little upset.
Yeah,
I don't know
he
if
does get
that's
upset.
a boxer, you know, kind
I
of
think that's the boxer thing.
I don't know. He's got a lot of.
Yeah. You think he has some anger management issues?
No, I don't think it's anger management so much. He's just hyper competitive.
Yeah. Which is a good thing. That helps the game. That's what makes him a world champion.
Right, and I think it bothers him, you know, if he starts
I think
to make a few bad moves.
I think he's already, and all that's doing is saying, or as it appears here, you know, okay, fine, you got this set. And he's only 2 games away from the win. You know, he's still got to fight back. And although I did mention earlier, I've seen Darren come back also from, I think he's I think I will go on record to say I think he's the best grinder I've ever seen in the game.
I tell you what, the out that he put down, he was well ahead when he won the World Championships against Lee Ho-Wen.
Right.
And Lee came back to, I don't know if it went hill. I think it might have. But anyway, at the end of it, with all the pressure on Darren, he came with an out that was damn good.
Right.
You know, so any player that can do that under that pressure, they've got it.
Yeah, I recall that rack now. It's a very, very tough rack.
Look what he did here. He hooks himself right there on the 5.
A little too far on that 5. That's the problem with that overconfidence now. He's overrunning himself. He's tripping over his own feet. Take your time.
So what do you do here? Do you just try to kick the 5?
I think I try to leave the cue ball on the 10. Kick the 5 behind the 10 and try to roll the cue ball on the 10 in that.
And Adam's a one-pocket player, isn't he? So he
he's trying to play it off the rail. Look at that.
Oh, really?
This is ridiculous.
I don't like this at all.
This is ridiculous.
There's
too much.
not enough. The thing with that, he came out okay. He came out okay. The problem with that is there's just not enough room to let the ball make the turn.
Right. He's trying to hop the rail and catch it. He's trying to little masse hop off the rail to catch the 5 just right, and that's not. Darren sees this as an opportunity to now get back in the game, keep the cue ball behind the 10. A little too strong on that, but
shot.
Came out very well. Came out very well. Kept it behind the 10 enough. And pool table 911, Pat O'Donnell, thank you once again for all your help. I see you tuned in. I don't know if you have your volume on or not, but thank you once again. He also knows Adam Kielar quite well. as people and mechanics that he's worked with in the past have
It
worked
is
with Adam Kielar as well.
Yeah, chat room. It is true that the more you play, the better you can play.
Mhm.
Obviously, you know, it's like with anything in life. The more you practice, the more time you put in, the better you're going to be at it. So yeah, I would tend to agree. If Adam doesn't play very much, then he's doing real good. Ed did say earlier, though, that he's in action all the time, so that keeps your arm loose as well.
Yeah, I definitely agree. Adam's going to jump this 5-ball. He may try to play it in the left corner and
All
bring
right.
the cue ball
I
around the
think
table.
there should be a rule that says you have to have all your cues assembled before you hit the first ball. This drives me nuts when these
yeah,
players,
waiting for
they wait until they have a jump shot and then they go digging in their bag to put the cue together.
Yep.
And I've been guilty of that myself, so I can't claim innocence here. But I think players, all of us, should just put our cues together and be ready.
I can agree with that because I do that already. I don't want to waste any time.
Okay, we agreed on something.
Like when I'm ready for the match, I get everything ready. Now, it's kind of funny to me, too. I mean, in some tournaments, you're waiting an hour or so to your next match towards the end. But in the beginning, I see people break down their cues, put it away in their case, and then 2 minutes later, they're called to their next match, and they got to put it all back together again. I said, come on. You know, yeah, you may not always know when you're going to get called to your next match. So take a look. Do I have some time? Okay, I'll break down the equipment. So,
We were
let's
talking
see.
about that Alcano match,
You know.
went play in one pocket, and it seemed like I heard that Alcano came back and beat him in the finals, if I heard the story right.
I can tell you Alcano is guilty of taking it easy and slacking on that. Oh, he went for the bank rather than the cut. And he's okay. He's all right.
Well, I wouldn't say that he's completely all right here. He's
No, Darren has a bank. You know, he has a
Darren's
safe.
got a lot of options.
But let's see, lots of options. But he didn't leave it hanging, you know, ducked up. I wouldn't say he sold out. He's playing the safety here. Keep that
That's
jump cue in hand.
Such a nice safety.
Keep
right
that
there.
jump cue in hand. Yeah, and they're both on the rail, I think. Or the 5's a little off. Yeah, 5's a little off the rail there. Cue ball on the rail, which also adds to it. Even if you did want to do a little short jump and try
Now,
to
see,
pocket
this
the
is
5.
where if you have the jump cue and you've practiced, okay, this is for you, hang the 9. If you've practiced, what the hell's he doing there? If you've
Going crazy.
practiced and you know what you're doing, this is a pretty easy jump here. You know, if you haven't practiced, there's a good chance of not getting over the 6 here. So we're taking both cues to the table. Seems like there's still some indecision going on here.
Yep. No, I think that's the right. Oh, what is he trying to do here?
I have no idea. Does he think he can jump
Does
this?
he? I think maybe he thinks no.
Oh,
He
is
might
gonna
just
try to tie
play
it
the
up?
safe. Yep.
We are completely confused in the booth here at Adam's intentions.
I don't think Adam knows what Adam wants to do. Adam wants this to be over. He wants this win. He's
This-
on the hill.
you know what?
He
This
wants to
jump
come with
shot right
something.
here,
He
if
wants to
you
play
own-
smart.
If you own a jump cue, you should be looking at this shot as an 80% shot to hit it.
Yeah.
You know,
No, the
50% to make it. I mean, there's no question here that
right.
you're going to jump. That you're not going to jump this.
I kind of like the idea of Adam playing the safety. He was afraid to get back into that mode of conservative play and
Yeah,
let Darren
that-
dominate that way. So that's why I think he was still sticking with that more aggressive, let's just go all out kind of mentality.
Where was he going all out right there? His,
No,
his
I'm saying-
all out would have been the jump.
That's what I'm saying. So he wanted to just go for the good hit. I think that was a give-up decision
Yeah,
right there.
he went with his give up
But he
stroke
did
right there.
stop for a moment, and he tried to tie up the 6 to the 5. That's what I'm saying. He was afraid to go back to that conservative move play. He said, let me just go all out.
Yeah,
I'm
I
in the
saw
lead.
that. I agree with that. I mean,
You know.
but the tying up the 6 would have been better than what
The
he
best.
just did.
I think that was the best option there, just to play it safe there, tie up
No,
the 6,
No, I don't
and get
agree.
into that safety
I don't agree
battle.
because you're not going to get anywhere with Darren doing that. All Darren's going to do is he's going to put if he can't do something with it, he's going to just feather off the 5 and put you right back in jail.
And you can play the battle out. You're on the hill. He's more careful, and the pressure's on him more than you with that lead. He can't make that mistake when you're on the hill. And both players are capable of running out with ball in hand.
Now I have to say, you know, that if this was me out there, I'd be making a lot worse decisions than Adam's ever thought about making.
all in all, no matter what happens this set, it was a very, very well played set. I believe both
I like the
struggled
way
a little bit here and
the way
there, made a
Adam
couple
fought back.
mistakes, and it's been back and forth. It's not over. You know, Darren still has to get to the hill here with this 10 ball. And whose break is it at this point? I don't recall who broke last. Adam gave him that 10 ball. He's very disappointed, and he got frustrated not knowing what to do on that 5 ball. He just gave up and went for the kick and tried to see what happened.
I'm sorry, so it's hill
now.
Wow,
Right.
I didn't realize Adam was
That's
on the
what I'm
hill.
saying, yeah. Adam
Sorry,
won
chat
from
room
that.
and viewers, I haven't been paying attention to the score. But, yeah, well, here we go now. This could go either way right at
Darren's
this
got the
moment.
break. Neither of them have been breaking, running out racks. It's been a push-out battle, safety battle at the beginning of the rack, first few balls of, I'd say, 90% of the racks here.
Okay, Raptile, I'm sorry. I was in on a conversation earlier where they had talked about Adam playing Alcano in a one-pocket match or some kind of one-pocket tournament. So my apologies for not referring to the same match. The racker is breaking here, Ben JJ.
Yep.
And this is where, again, where it's important, especially in this alternate break format.
You got to make the most out of your break. Try to get frustrated about getting that perfect rack. Now, I did offer early on in the match, it was about 2-1, to get another set of balls or another rack, and they just said, well, we've already started with these. We're just going to finish it out with these. So here they are, hill. It's not really coming down to the balls of the rack, but they both had equal number of chances, equal number of mistakes or so.
And there's the frustrated rack toss.
That's the frustrated rack.
You know, it's funny. I got a story about that too. I saw a guy. I played this guy. It wasn't me playing him, but he was playing somebody else. And this guy.
I didn't hear what Darren just asked. I don't know if you caught that.
I didn't catch it. We'll watch this rack and I'll tell you the story afterwards. So all that and he breaks off.
So, that's what he asked then. 4 balls to a rail.
I don't know the rules. I think the tournament director should be over here.
Yeah, I agree with that. Here we have, though, that is funny because this now makes it obvious. Darren wants to get into that safety battle with Adam. That has worked for Darren, and Adam's more all-out shootout.
Yeah, Darren
has been favoring Adam, so that just makes it clear.
Give up stroke on the break right there.
No, he intentionally, after all that racking, I don't know why. If you wanted to play a soft break, I guess, well, no, it is important also to have a tight rack for the soft break just to get the balls on the outer edges to the rails for 4 balls.
Yeah, I mean, this kid Adam's got all the skills. He can definitely beat these guys. I'm not saying that at all.
I have to give a shout out to Fat Alberts down in South Jersey there. John Milane always makes it up to the tournaments here, and Dana Armstrong also comes out. So thank you to you guys for always supporting me here in Sandcastle, and if I can ever get away with the hours I work, I'll definitely owe you a visit or 3. So thank you for tuning in, and if you're listening. Raphael, do you play out of that room, out of Fat Alberts, or frequent it quite a bit? It's nice to see Pat O'Donnell there rooting on Adam here.
I don't like the angle we got here, but
Yeah, it came back a little too much. He doesn't like it either.
he might play safe here. He might just stick the cue ball right behind the 6.
Doesn't go along with his let's go finish this and more aggressive attitude, but looks like he's going back for it. He's going for it.
He did go for it, and he made it. Good shot. He used the 6 ball to stop her.
Yep. He's got to come around the pack for the 6.
The 7 does not look like it has a bottom pocket.
It doesn't? Yeah, from my angle, I'm a little bit more towards that bottom
So
right-hand
he's
corner
gonna have to
pocket where
come
I'm
underneath
sitting.
that to try to go for the 7 in the
Side pocket there.
side or in the corner.
Let's see what he does here. Which side of the 6 is he trying to go into? Would he try to go into the 7-8 off the 6? He's going to run into trouble with the 10 ball, and he's really in
A
trouble.
little bit, yeah. On that shot right there, you have to be so precise. You can't just go general position.
Right. No, you have to make sure you go wide enough to truly avoid those balls. No chance of running into him, and he didn't do that. Oh, there's our tournament director there now at the sidelines. With Travis McKinney and other players there above the AZ Billiards and Billiards Digest. You see Travis McKinney took 5th place in this event, sitting there with the Mez patch on his right chest. And in the blue polo shirt behind him is Jose Burgos, the tournament director, looking on.
So are we going to get the jump extension? No. Now this cue, this Predator here has a 3-piece, so it has a little extension. When I did the bungee jumpers, I did a 5-inch extension that went with them. So we.
I remember acquiring that.
Yeah.
Was I talking to you about the bungee jump cue a couple days ago, yesterday, or no?
I don't think so.
I was talking about somebody, and I have the original bungee jump cue that was created before the extension even came out. I actually won it. I think, was it Tom Rossman in the booth doing the trick shots?
Yes.
I actually won one. They had a competition at the Super Billiards Expo years ago. I think it was back in '93 at that time, or '95. And if you could execute these 5 jumps in a row, and they got more and more and harder, I completed that.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, good job.
I won that jump. I won that. I still have the bungee, but the shaft broke or something happened to the shaft along the way. I let too many people borrow it.
I haven't thought about that in so long. All right, well, Darren, I mean, Adam got away with that and left Darren kind of tough here, so what's going to happen? Oh, now that was a beautiful shot.
That was a great
That's a shot that every player should learn, and something that I will be on this table practicing soon, because that little spin top stop right there is so important. And now
very
you see
strong.
why.
Yep, very strong shot just to hold it right there. And that comes up a lot in these games, in all games, other than straight pull. Well, you have straight pull, you have the rack, so it comes up in straight pull too, I guess.
It comes up all the time. I mean, it's that's a shot right there that'll get you out of a lot of trouble.
Now you're mentioning the 3-piece jump cue with the Predator jump cue that Adam's using. I want to refer to the Mez, what I call the shorty jump break cue. I was never a fan of combination jump break cues until now, and I have the Power Break 2. It's a nice short little cue. I could use it in many ways. It's a short cue to break with, which allows you to follow through, over accentuate your follow through on the break, and generate a lot of power that way. I've also used it rather. Nice jump. Let's see what Adam does here. Darren doesn't like it, but it's feasible.
That looks like a pretty good combination.
Yep.
The 7's big here.
Big, and the 6 ball stays right there.
Right.
Now with that shorty Mez cue, I used it as a full cue to jump with. It's full length. And I've broken it down for shorter jumps to get higher up or close range jump shots. But full table length jumps are a cinch with the Mez Power Break 2.
Well, there's a couple things about jump cues that people don't realize, and one of them is that to get over the balls at short ranges, you need light weight. But to control the balls at distance, you need some weight.
Yeah,
you need about 9-10 ounces.
Right. Yeah, those little 6-7 ounce jump cues on their own don't really cut it for those lengths.
Well, you can do them, but you just have to. It requires
It's
more
a lot
effort.
of control. Yeah, it's tough to control those. Keeping it straight even. And that was close. Wow, look at this.
And he's on the rail. Look at this.
Man, I think he's going to be all right. He's just going to roll this in, shoot the 10. Nice and straight, simple, steady. Just roll it in. A little crooked.
Oh, goodness.
Wow. See, world-class champion. Those dead straight shots on the rail are still a challenge. Here he is. He's not dead straight on this one, so it should help him out. And this 10 ball finishes it. What a great set.
What a great match. Okay.
Great match. Darren Appleton does pull through in a hill battle for the hot seat. Coming up next, we have Matt Craw now, who is sitting there ringside witnessing this last match. Yeah, Darren's not happy, but he came away with it. Now,
Wow, look at him. Look at him.
Adam
This is crazy.
Kielar. Adam Kielar is allowed a little break here if he wants to take it easy and take a breather after that. I don't know if he's a smoker or not, or if he wants to take a little break. And when he comes back, he has to go against Matt Craw in a race to 7. Adam's looks like he's in stroke now, and he's got his confidence. Matt Craw's been sitting for a while, so we'll see if he can get in gear. So thank you for tuning in. Stay tuned as we have the last one-loss side semifinal match coming up. Matt Craw and Adam Kielar in a race to 7. The winner comes back to face off against Darren Appleton. We'll be back.
Well, that's somebody that's really competitive and mad at himself if he's going to throw his cues after he wins the
After
match.
the win. I'm going to take a short break. I'll be right back.
All right, folks. Well, I'm going to